friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited for today's video because I'm going to be sharing with you for the very first time the entire 2026 pre-drawn bullet journal planner. I am so proud of this pre-drawn planner that I've made. I worked so hard on it for over 6 months. I started working on this on January 2nd of this year actually. It has 200 pages of hand-drawn art. All the themes are based on my own personal bullet journal setups this year, so I hope you guys really love this one. This year I was able to do 4 different cover color options. There are 4 beautiful dark neutral colors that you guys can choose from. There's also the option to add on a customized charm bookmark. These bookmarks are so beautiful. I'm so thrilled with how they turned out, even beyond my wildest hopes. In this video, I'll be flipping through the entire bullet journal so you guys can see all the different spreads and all the artwork that are included in this year's planner. If you're looking for more of a tutorial, I did create a separate video to show you guys how to use a bullet journal and how to set this one up. So if you're looking for more of a tutorial, I've linked that video in the description below. This planner will be available on my Etsy shop starting October 1st, 2025. So as soon as the listing is live, I'll be adding that link to the description below. So be sure to check out that link if this is something you're interested in for yourself, for your own planning next year, or maybe as a unique and fun Christmas present for your loved ones. And now let's get right into the flip through of this planner. So this is what the cover of the planner looks like. As I mentioned before, it comes in 4 different cover color options. We have these 4 really gorgeous dark neutrals here that you can choose from. I chose for myself this wine red burgundy color. So this is my planner that we're going to flip through today. It has this cute doodle on the front. Of course, it says 2026. The back has this really fun inscription with my Pico Studio logo. It's super thick, as you can see, because there are 200 pages in it, and the paper quality is 150 GSM, which means that most water-based markers like Crayola markers and such won't bleed through the paper. When you open it, you have this page here where you can write your name, and then of course you have my Pico Studio logo. And this is the very first page, so before we even get into the monthly themes, there's this introductory setup, which is this really fun Polaroid camera theme. There's this goal setting page, so you can write down some different goals you have, and I left 2 of them blank for you to fill in categories that you want to focus on. Then we've got this reflections page and this things to check out page. I've put in music and restaurants, and again, I've left 2 blank for you to decide what you want to write there. Then we have this really gorgeous year in frames page. I love this spread. I think it's so fun. And my vision for this page was every month you could either do a doodle, you could copy the theme of the month, you could do a fun doodle that represents your month, or you could even print out a little picture that you took and paste it in the square for each month. And I think looking back at this at the end of the year is going to be such a cute spread. Then there's a brain dump page just for you to jot down any notes that don't fit anywhere else. And then we get right into January. So January is this really fun clouds and paper airplanes theme. This is the inspiration for the cover page. And every month has the same layout. So you've got a cover page, a goals page on the other side. Then there's a 2-page calendar spread. Then we've got our habit and mood trackers. And then we jump into the weekly spreads. For the habit and mood trackers, I made a separate video where I kind of show a tutorial of how these work, so check the description if you're looking for more of a tutorial. And then in January, we have this gratitude page. So some months you're going to see have a gratitude page, and some months don't. It just depends on when the month starts. So January starts kind of late in the week, so I can fit in a gratitude page. If the month starts at the beginning of the week, it won't fit. So it just kind of depends on the monthly layout. So January has a gratitude page, and on this page, every day of the month, you write down something you're grateful for. And it's something really nice to come back to at the end of the month and see all the different things that you wrote down that month. So these are all the weekly spreads for January. And of course, all of these themes are inspired by my very own bullet journal. So I'm really happy to be able to share that with you guys. Each week has all the 7 days plus a notes box. February is this really fun teapots theme. I had a lot of fun doing this as a line drawing, and I didn't color it in, so I'm really excited to see what artwork and creations you guys come up with. So in this month, I didn't do a gratitude page because the month starts directly on Sunday. But here we have the very first of many Dutch doors in this journal. If you're not familiar with a Dutch door, just follow the line here, cut it out, and you'll cut it out on each week. And this one is a cool one because you'll be left with these tabs. So at the end of the month, when you've cut all of them out, you'll have these tabs where you can see the artwork behind. And if that doesn't make sense to you, just trust me, just follow the line and it's gonna look super great. I think this is so cute, this little stack of teacups. But yeah, that's the February setup. Moving on now into March, I was so happy with this theme. I think it's busy but not too crazy, and it just feels so cozy. Kind of gives like work from home vibes a little bit. We have this like funky typewriter here. I think there's so much room for creativity to draw like something in the window, like a cat looking in or something. Could be so cute. So a lot of room here for different ideas. These are the trackers, and then we get into the weekly spreads. Again, there was no space for a gratitude spread in March, but because March ended on early in the week on a Tuesday, I was able to put a notes page in the back for you guys. Moving on into April. April is this a little bit more simple, this really fun hot air balloon theme. I actually did all of these fonts by myself. I didn't do it for every month. For example, for March, I just used a typewriter font and I typed that. But for April, I actually wrote this myself. This is my own calligraphy that I've pasted in the journal. This is also my writing here. And of course, all of these larger kind of title fonts, of course, are all my artwork as well. So April, we have another gratitude tracker because it starts on a Wednesday. And for April, I didn't give a full notes spread because it would have been a bit crammed, so I kind of have a half-page notes on the last page of April. May might have been one of my favorite spreads and setups of this year. I just think it's so cute, and it kind of gives me vibes of like, you know, when you take your bike out on a weekend and you just look for some kind of new neighborhood hidden gem coffee shop. That's the vibe I was going for, so I was really happy with this. I think this bike with the baguette in the basket is just so quaint, so cute. I was really happy with that. We have another gratitude tracker here with a fun sandwich board over here. So every day of the month, you'll write on the line what you're grateful for. And then May has another Dutch door. This one's a different shape. So you cut along the dotted line here and kind of just tear it out of the book over here. And you do the same cut every week until you get to the end. So you can kind of envision that once you cut out all of these pages, you'll be able to see the brick behind it on each side because this will all be gone. And again, if that didn't make sense, just trust me, I did it in my journal this year. It turned out great, so I know it works. Just trust me on this one. Cut on the dotted line and tear it out from the inside of the book. And by the end of the month, you're gonna have a really beautiful spread. June was so much fun, one of my favorite themes this year as well. I love this font, super loud and bubbly. I think it's really fun. Again, I did all of this writing myself as well. That is my handwriting there. Really fun mood tracker. I think it's going to be so cute at the end of the month to see all of these citrus fruits colored in. This is a bit of a different layout. We have 6 days, so my vision for this is on Monday you'll write over here, on Tuesday you write up here, Wednesday you write down here, like that. Kind of a different one. Curious to know what you guys think of this kind of layout. Now we're back to the more classic weekly spreads. We have yet another Dutch door, so you'll cut on this line and it will naturally remove that already. And then you basically will see both of these artworks on both weeks. So when you flip this page, once you cut it out, you'll see the citrus over here and you'll see the artwork over here. And then on the next week, this will already be gone and you'll again see both artworks. June ended on a Tuesday, so we have a nice notes page at the end. And then here I've inserted a new feature this year. I didn't do this last year. We've got a mid-year check-in. This lettering and camera actually matches the introductory theme, the kind of funky lettering and Polaroid theme of the introduction. So this is just a space for you to check in with yourself halfway through the year, check in with your goals, check in with your reflections, and just make notes or whatever else you want to do on this spread. Before we move on with the flip through, I want to show you guys these gorgeous ribbon bookmarks that I made. These are an optional add-on to this year's planner. The ribbon color will match your journal, and then the base metal color is either gold or silver, up to you. You'll also choose the birthstone month as well as the letter for your name, and then you get a surprise assorted charm as well. These ribbon bookmarks are detachable. They have this metal clip that you just slide onto a few pages, so I hope you guys also really love these bookmarks. July is classic summer theme here. We've got the sand castle and beach theme. August is one of my favorites. I sometimes worry that these sort of geometric themes are not as popular, so I'm curious to know your thoughts. Do you prefer more organic kind of doodle themes like the sandcastles, or what do you think about these kind of sharp geometric shape-based themes? I think these tiles are so gorgeous. They remind me of like Euro summer and traveling and home decor, all that kind of stuff. So I really love this theme, and I would be curious to hear your thoughts on it. I'm also really curious to see what color schemes you guys come up with. I guess blue is the obvious choice, which is what I did this year, but I think there's a lot of room for creativity here, and I'm curious to see what kind of color schemes you guys use. Okay, September, probably, I've been saying this a lot, but this one probably truly is my favorite theme in this planner. I think it's just so cute. There's this mushroom cottage and all the little woodland friends. I don't usually draw animals, but I just think they're so adorable. And look, there's a slug playing chess. I love chess, and this theme makes me so happy. We've got our little woodland friends down here. And this mood tracker, I think, is just adorable. It's going to look so cute by the end of the month, all colored in. We have yet again 2 more different chess players. I think we had a slug on the cover page. Now we've got the bird and the hedgehog playing chess. And now into October, we have this really fun kind of spooky theme. I was really happy to put more focus on lettering this month just for fun. Here we have this drippy effect. I think one really cool idea could be to color the back in black and make it kind of like a shadow. But of course, there's a lot of creative options that you could think of as well. It's fun spiderweb mood tracker. And here's another gratitude tracker over here. And we have the October weekly spreads with another Dutch door. And more of that funky lettering and that interesting layout of weekly spreads. So yeah, really curious to know what you guys think of this kind of weekly spread. It's kind of unusual, and I like to use it here and there. November is a more minimalist one, just these really cute leaf and acorn theme. I think this one goes really well with the kind of funky calligraphy that I've done. And last but certainly not least, December. I love this winter village theme so much. This is actually my December theme from last year, from 2024, but I didn't make a plan with me, so I never actually shared that theme on YouTube. So yeah, I hope you guys love this theme. I've put a shopping list space for you over here. And then we have our final Dutch door of the year. So for this one, you're gonna cut here and kind of rip this out of the bottom of the page. And you do that on every week. So it's kind of gonna be this booklet that is missing the bottom half. So if you can imagine, the whole bottom half over here will be gone. And you'll just be flipping pages on the top half. And you'll see the houses over here, as well as the houses over here. So that's the December weekly spreads. And then there's space for some reflection at the very end of your journal. There's just one blank page after that, and that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed checking out all 200 pages of my very own pre-drawn bullet journal planner. I worked so hard and so long on this planner. I'm so proud of how it turned out. So thank you guys so much for your support and for watching. Be sure to check out the planner once it's available on Etsy. And of course, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like and subscribe below. And I'll speak to you guys next time. Bye, friends.